So guys, this is really rough. What I'm about to show you is shocking and disappointing. I'm not shocked, I'm just disappointed. And you're really just not going to believe your eyeballs and ear holes on this one. So here we go.
I was reading the Star. I know you haven't seen this, but in here, there's a picture of you coming out of a restaurant.
I mean, this is unacceptable. This is disgusting. This is the most racist thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Give me the chronology of the kiss. How did you decide to kiss Madonna?
Well, actually, when rehearsals, it wasn't something that was like, no, this is what we're gonna do.
I mean, this is what Fox is doing.
Just between you and me, how much Pepsi do you think you drink on an average day?
Okay, so guys, I apologize. I think I might have gotten the clips mixed up there, but I just wanted to read this to you. This is from The Guardian. The Nielsen numbers, the ratings numbers, published this week found that Fox News ranked third out of the three main cable news channels in January. It was the first time since 2001, year of our Lord, that Fox News found itself in third place, and continued a pattern from the end of 2020 when Donnie Trump
flushing toilets. Bye-bye.
When Donald Trump urged his supporters to abandon Fox News in favor of even more right-wing rivals like Newsmax and One American News, or as I call them, The Truth. So they're scrambling, they've been scrambling over the past, I don't know what month, to get their ratings back up, and they are fully going into the Videodrome on this one. And it's horrible. Obviously it's horrible, but it's kind of interesting and funny to watch, because it's like, now it's like an arms race for who's the biggest kook? Who's willing to say the kookiest things? Like the viewers of right-wing media, I guess you could call it, they've basically turned into King Joffrey. And they're just like, who's going to do the craziest, who's going to do the worst thing for my amusement? And that's what Tuck Carlson is. Tuck Carlson, the inventor of frozen foods or something? I don't know. Weird backstory. Okay, let's check out this video. Here we go.
There's no question about that. The question is, why would they lie about this? For an answer, think back to last spring. Beginning on Memorial Day, BLM and their sponsors in corporate America completely changed this country. They changed this country more in 5 months than it had changed in the previous 50 years. How'd they do that? They used the sad death of a man called George Floyd to upend our society. Months later, we learned that the story they told us about George Floyd's death was an utter lie. There was no physical evidence that George Floyd was murdered by a cop.
Let me just check this out.
Evidence.
The available body of facts or information indicating whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. I mean, I would say that a video of somebody having their, having a knee on their neck for a really long time, and then they stop moving, I'm pretty sure that would be admissible. I think that's about as hard evidence as you can probably get. I mean, I just really wish he would take this more seriously, and I don't think he would like it if somebody put their knee on his neck. Oh God, that's awkward. Not everybody needs a neck. Necks aren't all that great, actually. This is weird because this kind of media has just totally, they're just like, look, these people are not going to check anything. We can pretty much, we're free. We're free to say whatever we want, basically, which is kind of liberating. There were two separate autopsy reports that both said it's a homicide. So they're just like, well, whatever, we're just going to say it. We're just going to say it because our viewers like that to say this kind of stuff. So there it is.
But by that point, facts didn't matter. It was too late. Cities had been destroyed, along with the fabric of this country itself. Scores of people had been killed. Democratic partisans used a carefully concocted myth, a lie, to bum rush America into overturning the old order and handing them much more power. It worked flawlessly. So why wouldn't they do it again?
This show should just be called Let's Rile Up Mima and Peepa. Because that's really what this is, right? It's just like, these are the exact things they wanted. The fabric. Oh, that fabric. The fabric of the country is torn apart. Oh, no, not the fabric. That fabric, it's ripped now? What is that fabric? Like silk? What is it, canvas? Oh, it's ripped up now. Oh, my God. What are we going to do? Can we replace it? Can we go to Joann's Fabrics and get a replacement fabric? I like conspiracy theories, but I'm honestly having a hard time following this one. So it's Democrats or something. They faked the George Floyd thing to get people to protest. And then all the protesting tore the fabric. And now the fabric is all f***ed up. So the fabric is all messed up. The fabric is all tore up now. And so then they got power. That's how they got power. Speaking of conspiracy theories, here's an older episode, February 3rd. Here we go.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Happy Wednesday. On November 22nd, 1963, a man called Lee Harvey Oswald murdered...
I just love that intro. Hey, welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. The Zapruder film. Remember that? Hey, guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Lee Harvey Oswald killed the president. Hey, welcome. Hope you're having a really good night. Jackie Kennedy was trying to get out of the truck or the car or whatever, and it kept getting shot, and then JFK's brain was blown all over the place. Hi, hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm Tuck.
In the fall of 1963, Oswald traveled to Mexico City and met with KGB agents there.
Okay, so anyway, he goes into this long thing. I don't know if he just had watched a documentary about Lee Harvey Oswald the day before. He told one of his writers, hey, throw something about Lee Harvey Oswald in there. Because I don't know, I want to talk about him because I just watched something. I just watched JFK, so put it in there. But it's basically he's saying look, they spun that. They said that actually conservatives were the bad guys after... Well, probably after Lee Harvey Oswald got killed by Jack Ruby. I mean, people were like, what's going on here now? What is this? So they were probably asking a lot of questions, but he spins this as people just write history however they want. And then we take a turn. I can't even, I watched this whole video a couple times. I don't know how we end up here, but here's the next part.
For Americans under 30, history is written exclusively on social media. And that's where the real demagogues live. Tech platforms are the domain of people for whom factual reality is not even a consideration. It's a completely different way of thinking. Once you've decided that biology itself is not real, you are free from the conventional restraints of reality.
I love that. He basically just did, his monologues are like Mad Libs. It's just you'll have a blank space and it's anti-trans part. And then he puts that in there. So I guess the idea is if there's trans people, then you're just free to do whatever you want. Oh, there's a trans person. Now I can just do whatever I want, and there's no rules anymore. No rules, just right because trans.
It's a completely different way of thinking. Once you've decided that biology itself is not real, you are free from the conventional restraints of reality. At that point, what actually happened in a given place at a given time is totally and completely irrelevant.
This is a whole new JFK conspiracy theory. So the guys who conspired, the CIA, I mean, some people are saying the CIA. The CIA, they saw a trans person. They saw a trans person. They were like, anything's possible. So now we can frame somebody they take the fall so we can invade Cuba. I mean, this making fun of this stuff does feel like I'm making fun of a comedian. Like I'm critiquing the Eric Andre show. He's not really on fire or whatever. Tucker Carlson doesn't believe any of this stuff. He doesn't believe what he's saying. He's doing a bit because he knows that the people who watch this stuff, they're just they want to hear, they're ooh, say something bad about Hispanics. Oh, ratings, ching, 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 ching. Have you noticed that Hispanic people are I don't know, they're eating sandwiches all the time? So, I don't know. I have, sometimes I watch this stuff and I'm actually, he's making some pretty good points. And yeah, I think that this all ties together. Lee Harvey Oswald, the Kennedy assassination, trans people walking around think they can do whatever they want. They own the joint. And, this is what's going on with the CIA. It all makes sense. It's all coherent and everything's okay in America where there's nothing to worry about. A lot of people watch this. How many views? Almost 1 million? Just a couple days ago, uploaded. Everything's cool. People are, we got it together over here. Don't worry. Everything's cool.
Theology is all that matters. Sandy Cortez is a master of this medium of.
I kind of do like the name Sandy Cortez, though. Sandy Cortez. Okay, so here's him going off King on Sandy Cortez.
We had a program addressing white supremacists, that we had programs, federal programs, that went towards funding organizations like these that de-radicalized people. And President Trump pulled the plug on federal funding for some of these programs. And so one thing that we know is that we have to get that funding right back up, and we probably need to double, triple, quadruple, or increase funding for these de-radicalization programs.
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie, bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
Yep, okay. I'm just going to do it now. I mean, why even wait? I'll just do it now.
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie, bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
Oh no, I'm never gonna leave the house.
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie, bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
So let me explain something to you. No.
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie,
No.
bad Barbie.
No.
Those are naughty thoughts.
No.
This federal program will deprogram you.
He's talking about programs that are meant to help like American History X type people, like Ed Norton in American History X, like to get out of that, to like have counseling and stuff. He's like, no, because then my ratings will go down. So do I think you should get help if you're falling into some kind of weird racist rabbit hole?
No.
Bad. So you listen to that and all of this, and you realize the totalitarian instinct is always the same. Always. Only the names of the dictators change. First, you strip people of their right to speak out loud honestly. Then you prevent them from defending themselves and their families. Those are naughty thoughts!
I would guess that his audience is probably 80% is just 90-year-olds who just really want to say Orientals because they just can't at that age, you just can't make that change, I guess. And then the remaining 20% is just like, it is, I guess, like Ed Norton in American History X's friends who never go to jail and who are like mad at him that he's not a neo-Nazi anymore. By the way, I really don't know what to do because I would say like most people who watch these videos are mainly here for the soundboard noises, but then every once in a while I see a message in the comments where they're like, I'm not going to watch anymore if you keep playing that. So I really don't know what to do. This is pretty funny.
Bad flu season. Joe Biden apparently agrees he and his family were photographed in Washington last night without masks. But not a big deal.
I mean, look, I hate Joe Biden. You know, I want nothing to do with Joe Biden. But he's like, Joe Biden won't even wear a mask. Look at him. And he's literally in the middle of nowhere by himself.
No. So let me explain something to you. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, a debate between Slavoj Žižek and Tuck Carlson.
Toilets. Those are naughty thoughts.
So there we go. The beautiful Tuck Carlson racing to the bottom to try to get those Fox News numbers up. And,
No.
Are they going to get up?
No.
Another thing I was thinking while I was watching that old Britney Spears. What is wrong with my 80 years old? When I was watching the Britney Spears clip, first of all, one of the best interviews of all time. You got to hand it to Tuck on that. But this guy, I mean, obviously it's absurd that this guy gets on his show and he's like, these elites are trying to get us. All these horrible elites. Dude, you've been on TV literally forever. You did the infamous Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake doing his serious face interview about the kiss and the Pepsi and her supporting George Bush. I mean, dude, you've been around forever. Come on. When they were rehearsing for that kiss back then at the VMA thing, Madonna was like,
Bad Barbie, bad Barbie, bad Barbie. Those are naughty thoughts.
Okay, guys, again, if anybody watches this channel, you know that towards the end I get sort of into what we call the lunatic zone, where I'm just don't even really know what I'm talking about, and I think we're there, okay? So it's time to say
Bye. Flushing toilets.
flushing toilets to everyone and bye-bye. Hey everybody, and thanks so much for watching this video. Like all the other YouTube and podcast perverts, I now have a Patreon. Every week on this Patreon, I'm uploading 2
exclusive
Patreon exclusive shows. They're like real shows, more produced, more edited. One of them is a behind the scenes show where I reveal all the secrets and YouTube scams that I'm doing. And the other one, I just reveal my innermost dark, cringe secrets.
and at the top level,
You can even become a producer of the show and get your name handwritten, hand art, hand drawn at the end of every episode. So if that's something that you are interested in, check it out.
on Patreon.
I'll put a link in the, what is the thing called? In the description, I guess. So thank you so much, even if you don't. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's hard to get through these things, but I appreciate you.
Also, if you have questions or comments or anything, visit the subreddit at /RMBrown. This show would be absolute garbage without the producers, Eden Joy, Derek Stoker, Apollo Crow, Liz, Martin Lee, Chelsea G, Derek Wilson, Matt Rowe, Sebastian Delgadillo, Charlotte Glass, CEO of the Muscular
class.
Beth Van Diver,
I'm sorry about that, Beth. You know I love you.
Ray Anthony Cox, Kevin G. Galuski. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Mac. It's Mac. You know it's Mac. You can tell it's him. Krill Will. And we got D-Pad Chad. Burn Dubuel. Jake T. Who's that? What? Oh, it's Carl Hochmuth. Or Hochmuth. I don't know, Carl. Tell me how to say it. Love you! Thank you to these beautiful, gorgeous, muscular, soaked up, showering probably 10 to 11 times a day producers. If you guys didn't exist, this show would be a piece of garbage. Trash. Basically doo-doo. Sewer doo-doo. So thank you and we love you.